Good morning and welcome back. It's 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday. The weather isn't great. It's supposed to be on and off rain all day today. So it's just a video, post-race video for the ones that tuned in live yesterday, and just a result basically. So yesterday we sent to Honiton. We sent 11 birds. We sent 7 cocks and 4 hens. And yeah, it wasn't a very good race at all. So our first bird came at 11:40, and the times were diabolical. I mean, he turned up and then he didn't even land straight on the loft. If anybody watched the live, he came, he circled, he buggered off towards the dunes over there. Didn't see him for 5 minutes. Then he come back, landed on the bungalow over there, landed on the loft, stayed there for a couple minutes, and yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference. Wouldn't have made a blind bit of difference if he trapped straight away, because we were 200 yards a minute behind the first bird from club. So we got absolutely battered yesterday. We got spanked, bottom of the sheet. So, you know, I'm not ashamed to say it. Is what it is. Everybody has a bad race. I think that's all. You know, we've only been bottom of the sheet twice in 7 years pigeon racing. But you got to kick on, and you got to think. We got to look in the mirror and think, what have we done? You know, it might not have been the bird's fault. The weather wasn't great yesterday, but everybody else had good returns. There are obviously a few missing here and there from everybody else. But it wasn't, you know, the weather was very much like it is, a bit lighter than what it is today. There wasn't no rain. But there could have been a shower further up. But yeah, they could have got chased. They could have got hit by a hawk. But yeah, you don't know, once the birds are up, you never know what happens to them. So if you're waiting for them, crap race, blah, blah, blah. You know, you don't know what those birds go through on the way down. But yesterday was a very poor performance from the birds, from us. So we've got to look at ourselves and see what we can do to get them back on track. We only sent 11 because, as I said, the weather was a bit dicky. It wasn't great racing weather, but it wasn't the worst. That certainly wasn't the worst weather we've raced in. So we just conditioned them as best we could, and the performance wasn't good enough, and it happens. So we just got to go back to the drawing board. There was one that turned up just before I started recording, a cockbird. So we're missing 2 cocks and 2 hens, and we've got the rest of the day. I said it's only 9:30, and they got the rest of the day to work back it. I mean, it is supposed to be coming in heavy rain this afternoon. But like I said, well done to everybody else. We got the wooden spoon, take it on the chin and move on. That's what you got to do. I said it's not all going to be fun and games and roses and lollipops and pigeon racing. You're always going to have that crap race now and again. It wasn't the start we wanted, but you know, everybody else has got 4 races under the belt, and we've only just now started. I'm not coming up with excuses, but we had a wedding to prepare for, and the birds were put on a back burner a little bit. But they got the training in, they got the exercise in, the feeding and everything correct. But yeah, it was just a poor performance, and we'll move on from that. As I said, the first bird came, and even if he did go straight in, it would have made no difference at all, because, as I said, we were miles behind, literally. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Think positive, and get these birds firing again like they were last year. I mean, last year, our first race, we won our first race, won our second race, won a couple more races in the old birds. We had a good old bird season last year, and there's no reason why they cannot do that again. I mean, we only sent half a team, wasn't even half a team, and we left, and most of the birds that went were yearlings from last year. The ones that top feds and all, they were kept behind because we knew it was going to be a bit of a dicky race. So we sent them more inexperienced pigeons to prove themselves, basically, and, you know, kept the other ones back for a better day because we knew the weather wasn't going to be all that. So, which I'm glad we didn't send them all because it, you know, we lost. We're still missing 4, but it is what it is. There's 6 there to go next week to Yeovil, and then, weather permitting, we'll send all of them to the next Honiton. So that's the old birds sorted out. They'll have the chill out day today. So what we'll do is we'll just no flying, no nothing. Fed them, and got fresh water in there. They'll have a nice chill out day today. Relax. Rest is very important for racing pigeons. If you keep battering them, then they, you know, there's no time to, you know, repair muscles. So we'll see how it goes in the next couple of days. We'll start training them tomorrow. The one that turned up today won't be going training tomorrow. He will have a rest day tomorrow. So with the young ones, we're having a torrid time with them at the moment. Not their own fault. We're getting absolutely hammered by the sparrowhawk. So was it last week, early last week, we let them out, and they'd been hit prior to that. So we let them out early last week, and they got smacked into straight away. Within 10 minutes, the hen sparrowhawk went straight into them, and they all darted in. So we kept them in, and we were just hoping that she's gone down on eggs, but we've seen her pretty much, well, every other day, just around. It's definitely the hen sparrowhawk. We just got to hope that she's going to go down on eggs soon, because once she goes down on eggs, the male sparrowhawk doesn't really bother the pigeons. He's too small. He'll go for songbirds. So yeah, we're not. They're behind. 100% they're behind, because at their stage of their development now, they should be up kitting when they're not, because they're frightened and they just don't want to come out. So we'll try and get them out today. The plan is, even if it's not torrential rain, and if it's just light rain, we'll get them out, because peregrines and sparrowhawks do not like hunting in wet weather. They don't like it in the rain. They haven't got the oil content in the feathering. So yeah, we'll try and get them out today. It's starting to spit now, but yeah, the hen sparrowhawk's been an absolute menace this year. It's been the worst season to start with the birds. The second team have been weaned off a couple of days. They're in there. They're Mrs. team. So the wife will get them all trained up and ready for racing. But yeah, we gotta be vigilant and with that sparrow, we can see what we can do with her, because, you know, even if we let them out at different times, it will make no difference whatsoever. So yeah, we're having a torrid time with the sparrowhawk at the moment. She's hit them, I think we've let them out the last 6 times. She's hit them 5 times. We've had 2 go missing, and yeah, she's just an absolute menace. So there we have it, guys. That's the post-race update, and we'll get these rested today. They'll just have a nice rest, and that'll be that. And then they'll start training tomorrow. The ones that came back today will have a day off tomorrow. They got to repair. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had a good race yesterday. As I said, onwards and upwards, on to the next race. Enjoy your pigeons. Take care. Bye bye.